Growing up, I always wanted to do so many things.
I wanted to be a vet.
I wanted to be an actor.
I wanted to be a celebrity by any means necessary.
This is Spike Drop Vegas Heist.
I'm only here for a 2B. I don't really care about any other place.
Can't even comprehend what is going on, but I like it.
My name is Wassam, also known as Forreign, and this is Wannabe. Hi! You know, just got done with Parasocial, but I'm ready to get sturdy. I made it to the finals of OTK Elevated, baby. So what Elevated is, it's just a showcase of what smaller streamers can do in certain topics of streaming. So each creator has a topic of stream. So for example, Sears was role-playing since he also acts on his stream. Yeah, so the event that I'm at is at the OTK Elevated at the HyperX Arena. OTK's one of the top of the line orgs on Twitch. There was an application going out around the beginning of April that OTK put out, and I submitted it the night of. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna wing my application, just say who I am. And I just got invited by one of the producers, and he was like, hey, you're gonna be on this episode. Since then, I just been making it through, and now I'm here. I'm from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Williamsport is like a small city of like about 20,000+ people living there. Nothing too big of a city, honestly. Since I was like, I would say 8 years old, you know, I've been watching YouTube all my life basically. So I was like, oh, that would be so dope to be like a YouTuber. So I'd always try to do some type of like entertainment or something. And honestly, just any type of entertainment in the online space is kind of what I wanted to do. Couldn't really go outside. I lived in like a sketchy neighborhood, you know. My mom was very protective. She didn't really want me going outside, and you know, it's just, okay, I'm just gonna get on the game. And I would play with, you know, friends around like in school and whatnot. So that was when I really started taking like music seriously as well. At the end of the day, I wanna, you know, at least bring something in that I can also help my mom, you know. If it wasn't for her, if I wasn't growing up with her, I probably wouldn't be who I am today. I didn't want to live with my dad, and she drove 18 to 20 hours down to Florida to come pick me up just in one drive. And, you know, I've been living with her since I was 8, and, you know, she's great. You know, she's very outgoing, funny. You know, I get my humor from her, you know, just growing up and stuff. She's dope. Like, she's very, like, loving and loves, like, she takes care of people. I think that's why, like, I'm very caring as well, because I got that from her. We used to play like Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat. She wasn't the best, but we would die laughing playing like Soul Calibur or something, because like there's like little moves you could do where it's like looks stupid.
Oh. PS1 Hagrid! Look at that.
What I stream on Twitch is very like nonchalant. I do a lot of just chatting, interacting with my community, or I do play games as well. For example, it could be like Destiny 2, World of Warcraft. You know, honestly, anything that comes to mind. You know, it's a mixture of community-based, just chatting, and just gaming. I do have a YouTube channel that has a lot of like my VODs like recapped, and like, yeah, just the content creation that I do. It's just also could be commentary. It could just be edited from my VODs. You know, I have a very nice editor. His name is Nate. It's one of my friends. I help him out. You know, he helps me out with it. You know, well, I usually stream every day. You know, I get off work, I go to the gym, eat dinner, shower, and then just go right to streaming, you know? And the hardest thing was just staying, like, doing it every day. I know necessarily a lot of people say you don't have to do it every day, but it's like, I want to do it. Be able to just do this full time, just understand the in and outs, build my community. The biggest goal is really just, at the end of the day, just making someone's nights better. And the one thing I was going to try to do this year is TwitchCon. I mean, honestly, just the experience in general of TwitchCon is something I've seen years of it before, and I've always like wanted to try to go, but I was like, oh, you know, I didn't know too much about it. And then like I started deep diving into more of it last year, and I started like really getting into Twitch a lot more last year. Like I said, you know, I saw Summit 1G on Twitch, and I was like, okay, let me try it out. But last year into this year, I really dove deep into Twitch, and I really wanted to learn more about it. We're all at home streaming, you know, on a computer. Not many people go out as much. So with everyone coming out and meeting one another, it would be dope. My first memory of playing video games was probably the Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. It's a timeless classic, honestly. I mean, as a kid, I was very close to Spider-Man. That was like my favorite thing, you know, Spider-Man, getting like the toys, or like getting Batman, but the Spider-Man 2 game was just always there. You know, you felt like Spider-Man playing it, you know? My first console growing up was the PlayStation 2. The craze of me just playing video games, I mean, it was just fun. And, you know, then I started getting into adventure games like Jak and Daxter and Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, like PS2 classics. And it just kept going on and on, you know? To make a comparison with that stuff, with like, you know, the Spider-Man 2, you know, Marvel's Spider-Man with the PS4, it just felt the same, you know? So it was just like reminiscing what you felt as a kid. I would say off and on, I've been really more so of a PC gamer. I did a lot of CSGO, played a lot of rank. I never got to a point where it would be like to an esports section, but like, I wouldn't say I'm bad, you know? To be honest, the positive memories are being made right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is all crazy to me still. Like, the realization is coming in again where it's like, oh, this is happening.
I voted yes.
Oh! Really? My community, the best word I can say is dope. You know, they're all cool. It's very diverse. We all have different opinions, but we all respect one another. Really, the best moment as of right now is just the ending of the Soda Pop and Elevated episode. I had 2 yeses and 1 no, and you need 3 yeses to pass that episode. And it was NMP or Nick. It was just a big suspense. You know, everyone in my chat's like, oh, what is he gonna say? Oh no, and he's like, I can't look at you when I say this. He gets off the camera and everything. I'm like, ah, it was fun while it lasted, just that one episode. And he just goes, I voted yes. And just the chat just goes, just all just W's, let's go, and everything. You know, I muted my mic. I'm like, thank you. They moved me out of the channel. We're just like, yes. Like, it's just something I just remember, you know. There's a lot of dope memories. I mean, that's just one big one. Yeah, no, I mean, last year is when I started playing it. It was Elden Ring I got into, and then everyone was like, you should try out Dark Souls 3. And I was like, I tried, and then I was like, wait a second, this is nice, hold up. And then I went back to Dark Souls 2, and I was like, not that one. Then I played Dark Souls 1, and they were like, you gotta play Bloodborne. So I got a PS5 to play Bloodborne. Best thing ever, honestly. There was nights, because I'm not good at them either, but when I started with Elden Ring, it's a free roam type game. So I was like, okay, it's 2 a.m. Let me go live and just chill out and practice. And yeah, that's just how it all started. Honestly, sometimes I do mixes on my streams, or I'm like, hey, I gotta record this set for someone. Do you guys want to hear it while I do it? Sometimes my chat will find out, oh, you make music, because a lot of them only know me as a streamer. And then I have my link tree in my chat or my description, and they're like, you make music? I'm like, yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years. And they were like, dope. And then they'll be like, oh, I'm into this music. And I'm like, oh, I do vocals for that type of stuff too. And they're like, what? Show me. And then like, I do, and then I'll listen to like other types of music, because they probably think, oh, he's into like techno and stuff. Or then I'll throw them a curveball, throw like Kendrick or like Wu-Tang on, you know? And they're like, what, you listen to that? I'm like, yeah, I listen to like everything. Honestly, it's honestly one of the big like things for my streams, because like we'll throw a song on to celebrate, you know? Yeah, I got fired from my job like immediately. They were just like, give me the keys. And I was like, okay, what do I do? And then at the end of April, my stepdad died of addiction. He got laced with fentanyl. Yeah, so I woke up at like 7 a.m. to my mom being like, he's on the floor, you know? And the start of COVID sucked, and it just kept like, we were in that house for like another year, so it just lingered on. And I just lost all inspiration for a lot of things. So I was just really a big homebody, just like didn't care. I mean, by the end of it, I started like finding myself again and being like, let me stop stopping myself. This is my destination, you know what I mean? I have more than what I'm giving right now, which was probably like 10% to what I'm doing now, you know? And I wouldn't even say necessarily I'm even giving full 100% yet. I'd say maybe I'm about 60 to 70% right now, because I don't want to burn myself out, because that's what I used to do back then. I used to burn myself out a lot because I was very just not interested, you know. We hold them close, you know, but if we stay sad every day, it's like no progress is gonna be made. I honestly grew up. I mean, granted, I was 19 when it all started. I was going through a lot of stuff pre-COVID anyways, but then this started stacking, and then it was like, okay, I have 2 siblings, no father figure now for them. And it's like later down the road, after I was done not giving, I was like, let me start caring a lot more. Let me, be there for them, and I'd say I learned a lot in terms of responsibility. My mom and I, we figured out like a house together, that we can rent out. We have bills that we take care of together. It's learning accountability and responsibility is at the end of all of this. It's great. I mean, it's always been good. It's just, I was very neglecting. I was shut in. During all of that, I was just in my room, door closed, didn't step outside too much. But now I'm a lot more outgoing. We'll all go to the movies together, go out to eat. I actually make plans with them. I guess the message I would give to my younger self is just take the opportunities, just full send it. Because if I didn't send it with the elevated thing, I wouldn't be here. If I doubted myself submitting and being like, oh, I shouldn't, there's gonna be people better than me and all that, I wouldn't be here. So yeah, it's just really just knock off the attitude and go for it.